Hi guys, welcome to video number 3 on the power of positive thinking. We have covered the SOS technique to stop negative thinking. Just a little blurb you guys could have saw about daily affirmations and how those affect your life. Today we're going to talk about something that can be very difficult for people, and that is called setting boundaries. Boundaries can be set for any relationship in your life, whether it's you and your children, you and your loved ones, you and your significant other, your friends, you name it. You can set boundaries, and boundaries are a way to protect yourself, a way to look out for yourself. So people who usually don't have boundaries or aren't aware of even what their own boundaries are usually have low self-esteem. Boundaries are your friend. You want to embrace boundaries. Boundaries are going to protect you. I really think of boundaries as that invisible personal space. You know, we always hear people talk about, don't invade my personal space. Those are your boundaries. Those are what you will tolerate, what you won't tolerate in your life. So today we're going to talk about how to set boundaries. So I'm going to refer to my cheat sheet because there is a lot of information, but I tried to break it down to just a couple simple steps to make it easier for you to think about how you're going to do this in your life. So the first thing you want to do is identify what your core values are. What do you stand for? What do you believe in? Who are you? And really define what makes you who you are. The boundary is about you. It's not dependent on the situation. So that's why you really want to investigate who you are, what you can tolerate, what you can't. This is defining what you're comfortable with, what makes you uncomfortable, and how you're going to react to those situations. It's not about judging others. It's not about worrying what others do or what they think. It's worrying about you and what you do and what you think and how you're going to react. So third rule to think of. I want you guys to remember that you can't change other people. You absolutely cannot. It doesn't matter how much you beg, how much you plead, how much you bicker, argue, fight with someone, nag someone. It does not matter. You cannot change another person. They have to want to change themselves, whether it's their attitude, their tone of voice, like whatever it is. You cannot change them. The only thing you can change is yourself and your reaction to other people's actions. So that's a huge thing. You can't change other people's choices, their words, their actions, but you can change your own. And boundaries are about being responsible for your own words, your own choices, and your own actions. Okay, so number 4, determining the consequences if somebody does not follow your boundaries. This is about honoring your needs and not judging other people's choices, okay? You need to kind of set those apart from one another. When you set boundaries and when you establish boundaries, you're not judging other people's choices. You are simply enforcing what is important to you and to protect yourself and what you're comfortable with. A very simple example is phone calls. Let's say during your work day, you just say, I'm not going to take phone calls, personal phone calls, because it's distracting and I can't work. And you make this known to your friends, and you have a friend that always calls during the work day. And so what are you going to do? You need to decide, are you going to answer it and talk to this friend, or are you going to not answer the call and call them back in the evening after work? That would be a boundary, and that would be something that's acceptable or not acceptable. If you take the call, that kind of shows that your boundary is a little weak boundary. So they might be able to violate that, and it's human nature. People are going to push that. So you want to make sure that you stick to your boundaries. Again, this is honoring your needs. This is taking care of yourself. That's what a boundary is. Your actions and your behaviors speak for you and what you believe in, and you won't get upset and you won't react. So you're going to react to other people, to other situations with your actions, your choices, and your boundaries. So you're not going to get upset with their decisions. You're not going to react to their decisions because they are in charge of their own decisions. They are in charge of their own words. All you are going to do is worry about yourself, focus on yourself and how you react and what you do and what you accept. The actions that you do and the boundaries that you set speak volumes about what you will tolerate and what you won't tolerate, and set guidelines for the relationship. And lastly, say what you mean and mean what you say. Clearly communicate your boundaries with other people when necessary. Speak clearly. Let them know what's important to you. Let them know about your boundaries, and don't worry about their reactions. Again, we cannot control other people's reactions. We can only control ourselves. And our goal is to be a positive thinker, to create positivity in our lives, and in turn, just rejoice in the benefits and really enhance our own lives. And we do that by setting these boundaries to kind of protect us and keep us safe and comfortable in our own little cocoon, so that we create this positive environment for ourselves. Other people can choose to respect that or not respect it, and we are not to argue with them, not to fight with them. They are in charge of themselves, and we are in charge of our own selves. And that's really what setting boundaries is all about. So if you use SOS, if you use daily affirmations, and if you start setting boundaries for yourself, sit down tonight, take out a piece of paper and think about your different relationships, what makes you comfortable, uncomfortable, what brings you down, what brings you up, and set some boundaries for yourself. You are really on your way to enhancing your life and really using the power of positive thinking to make things so much better for yourself. If you have any questions, let me know. Bye-bye.